Hello everyone, I'm Fadel Andrian, and in this occasion I will tell a story titled Bearskin. Once upon a time, there was a young fellow who enlisted himself as a soldier. Long as the war lasted, all went well, but when peace was made, he was dismissed. Since his parents were dead, and he had no longer home, so he went to his brother's home and asked them to support him. His brother rejected it and asked for him to leave the house. I have no money, and the only trade I have learned is that of making war. And now that they have made peace, they can no longer use me. So I see I shall starve. And suddenly he heard a rustling sound, and when he looked around, a strange man was standing before him. He wore a grand jacket and looked quite stately. "I know what you are in need of. You shall have money and property as much as you, with all your might, can squander away. But first, I must know if you are fearless, so that I won't be giving away my money for nothing." A soldier and fear? How can those go together? You can put me in the test. Very well. Look behind you. The soldier turned around and saw a large bear running towards him. Bam! He shot the bear in the snout, and it fell down motionless. "I see quite well that you do not like for courage, but there is one more condition that you will have to fulfill. If it does not endanger my salvation, I will gladly take it. You will see about that for yourself. For the next 7 years, you are neither to wash yourself, nor comb your beard and hair, nor cut your nails, nor say the Lord's Prayer. I will give you a jacket and a cloak, which you must wear during this time. If you die during these 7 years, you are mine. If you stay alive, you are free and rich as well, for all the rest of your life." The soldier took the agreement. "Whenever you wear this jacket and reach into its pocket, you will find a handful of money. This shall be your cloak, and your bed as well, for you are to sleep on it, and you are not allowed to lie in another bed. Because of your clothing, you shall be called Bearskin." The soldier took the jacket and the cloak, and then he proceeded forth into the war. During the first year, his appearance was still acceptable, but during the second, he looked like a monster. His hair covered nearly his entire face. His beard looked like a piece of coarse felt cloth. His fingers had claws, and his face was so covered with dirt. Everyone who saw him straight up ran away. However, because everywhere he went, he gave money to the poor to pray that he might not die during the 7 years, and because he paid well for everything, he always found a shelter. In the 4th year, he arrived at an inn. Evening, Bearskin was sitting alone. He heard a loud moaning in a neighboring room. He then opened the door and saw an old man weeping bitterly and striking his hands together above his head. Bearskin tried to approach the old man, but the man jumped to his feet and tried to run away. At last, hearing a human voice, the man let Bearskin talk to him, and with friendly words, Bearskin succeeded in getting the old man to reveal the cause of his grief. Slowly but surely, the old man had lost his wealth, and now he and his daughters would have to starve. He was so poor that he could not pay the innkeeper and was to be sent to prison. If that is your problem, I have enough money for you. Please come with me. My daughters are all miracles of beauty. You can choose one of them for your wife. When she hears what you have done for me, she will not refuse you. You do look a little strange, to be sure, but she will put you in order again." This pleased Bearskin well, and he went with the old man. "Father, dear, he must be a good man to have helped you out of your trouble. If you promise him a bride for doing so, your word must be kept. I must wander about for 3 more years. If I do not return at that time, you are free, for I shall be dead. But please ask God to preserve my life." Then Bearskin continued to travel around the world from one place to another, did good wherever he could, and gave generously to the poor that they might pray for him. Finally, at dawn on the last day of the 7 years, he went once more out to the heath and seated himself beneath the circle of trees. Before long the wind began to howl, and the devil stood before him, looking at him angrily. After being cleaned up by the devil, he looked like a brave soldier and was much better looking than he had ever been before. Then Bearskin came back to his bride's house. But they mistook him as a different man, as they treated him very nicely because of his look. "I am your betrothed bridegroom, whom you saw as Bearskin. Through God's grace, I have regained my human form and have become clean again." He went to her, embraced her, and gave her a kiss. So that is the end of the story. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for watching.